inside my head says, take it slow. Easy come, easy go. Watch the world flow. I hear voices loud and clear. Take what's yours. Temptation's got a hold of me, and I hear them sing. Oh, everything good is bad. Everything bad is good. Oh, everything.
On the occasion of International Migrants' Day, let me reiterate that the diversity brought by immigrants is a source of dynamism and of cultural richness for our economies and our societies.
Greece's extreme right Golden Party are under investigation for posing as police.
Rioting has continued for a third night in the suburbs of Stockholm.
Since the economic crisis began, Luis has been unable to find work and couldn't keep up on payments on his mortgage.
We had one option, come to Lampedusa and find work in Europe. We risked life and limb at sea because there's no work in Tunisia.
Most of the women behind these doors are from Romania. They don't pay any commission to the managers, who are eager to disassociate themselves from accusations of pimping or soliciting.
They came from Romania hoping for work, but Italy does not want them. They never thought this would be their home.
Migrants contribute to the economies of the receiving countries as employees, entrepreneurs, consumers and investors, while increasing the diversity of our societies. We must also acknowledge the role immigration will play in the future. Our continent is facing a demographic problem. Our society is growing older and there are fewer hands to work in many trades. We need to be realistic. If we want to maintain our standard of living in the future, legal migration, offering the skills we need to make Europe prosperous, has to be part of the solution. Integration is key for making immigration a success. It requires effort and commitment both from the host societies and from the migrants themselves.
Hello everyone. I am Miria Vasiliadou, the EU Anti-Trafficking Coordinator working in the European Commission. I am also a feminist activist. At this very moment, as you watch the numerous clips on the Billion Rising campaign, hundreds of thousands of women and girls are being subjected to emotional, psychological, physical, and sexual violence because of their gender. We all know of or have heard of someone who has been, or indeed who is a victim right now. In the EU, we have unique tools to do so. We have dynamic and comprehensive laws and policies against trafficking in human beings that we can monitor and which we can enforce. And we have enabling funding opportunities. We must use these possibilities to the maximum, and we must be ambitious in our approach.
We both know the difference between Lord right and wrong. Life is full of temptation. It's hard to be strong. Seems like everything good is bad, and everything bad is good. Seems like everything good is bad, and everything bad is good. When I kissed your lips, I made a big mistake. Your love is like a habit I can't break.
Now, free movement is a fundamental pillar of the single market. And the single market is something Britain has signed up to, and it's very dear to the heart of Great Britain. But you must know that in the single market there are 4 freedoms. There are the free movement of capital, of goods, of services, and of persons. You want the 4 or you want none. If you sign up to the single market, and this is since Europe exists, the free movement is one of the fundamental pillars of the 4 freedoms. And there are a lot of businesses, of persons, of economies in Great Britain profit of this. Free movement of goods, services, and British banks, British telecom companies, they benefit of the free movement to establish themselves, including in Romania and Bulgaria. British tourists, they profit of the free movement. You know that in Bulgaria there are whole British villages of holidaymakers who have bought a house there. And then, do you know that the UK is the 4th biggest exporter of UK citizens to the rest of Europe? So the 4th most citizens which go out are going out from Great Britain. It is 1.4 million. So free movement is not negotiable as long as you are a member of the Union, as long as you are a member of the single market. And I cannot understand, on one hand, I don't understand the political logic, you see, because Great Britain has always and continues to be a big promoter of enlargement. More member states to join, more member states to join. Britain is always at the forefront to ask for enlargement, and then enlargement happens, and, well, they are not happy anymore. So, but enlargement can be stopped, you know, because it is a unanimity decision. And simply if Great Britain says no to a future enlargement, there will be no future enlargement. So let's see when the next enlargement wave will come, when the next enlargement discussions will come, what will be the position of the UK.
I regret that today, during this debate, we do not have the biggest opponents of free movement. Mr. Farage isn't here, his supporters aren't here, and I wonder why. Because today we are debating and providing facts, and what they don't have in their argumentation is facts.
Mr Calfin, you say that none of Mr Farage's supporters are here. I am here. You say that we are not concerned with facts. Let me give you a fact. Last time we opened our borders to new member states, our government promised us that the expected number was 13,000. In fact, we had 500,000. We are desperately building new houses in my country, many of them in the countryside and on the green belt. Half of the new houses are going to immigrants. Those are the facts. We base our argument on facts. You should recognise that.
Thank you, colleague. Now Mr Papanikolaou has a minute.
Europe is our common house, and it cannot be built only by politicians who then, when they have finished the building, say, oh, please, citizens, would you like to move in? We have to build that together with the citizens. And I think that one of the problems of the past was exactly that we never asked citizens what they think about Europe, about their common house, about their living together with other people, the 500 million. And it is high time that we change this.
Wouldn't you accept that it doesn't go anywhere near to addressing the big democratic deficit that currently seems to be lying in the heart of Europe?
But look, the democratic deficit is that citizens so far have the impression, rightly or wrongly so, that they have never been asked their opinion. So it is high time to start this and to build this up. These are the first steps, because now we will have a whole year of consultation on the spot, in the cities, in the villages. And then we will have the European elections, where citizens are again asked to elect directly their Euro parliamentarians, but this time knowing why they are electing them.
Mr Farage, I am coming from Romania and maybe living like a pig, as you describe the Romanians. But in this room, in this house, I think that we have the same rights altogether. Therefore, I'm asking you, you said that this is an opportunity for Assad to demonstrate whether he's a good man or a bad man. Do you think that 100,000 killed there proves him to be a good man? Because I don't. Do you?
Sir, I would say this to you. I have never described the Romanians as living like pigs. What I said was the Romanians treat their Roma minority like pigs. All right, so let's get that absolutely clear. You and your country discriminate against a large group of people in a way we have not seen in Europe since the 1930s. All right? Now look, I am not taking sides in this civil war, but I'm saying this, that whether it's through the use of gas or whether it's through the use of other forms of high explosives or bullets, there are terrible things happening in Syria. I understand that, and I agree with that. But rushing to war, as we did in Afghanistan, as we did in Iraq, was a mistake. And Mr Cameron tried to bounce us into war, and thank goodness the House of Commons has given us pause for thought. Surely that must be a good thing.
For a society where respect and solidarity are key objectives. And speaking more broadly, non-discrimination is a fundamental right. Ensuring equal treatment and equal opportunities for all citizens is our goal. The European Institute for Gender Equality has been set up to support the EU's efforts. We are a union of values, and this makes our union so special.